Hi friends, it's Monica Davis. I am a Stampin Up demonstrator in Milton, Georgia, and I wanted to do some quick cards for you today using a few products out of the January to April 2025 mini catalog. One of the things we're going to be using today is the Greetings for All Mix and Match Ephemera Pack. So it includes 3 different sheets of greetings that are already done for you. I have a few missing already. So when you need to do some quick cards, you can work with these, and I'm going to show you a couple of things that I have done to use these words on my cards. So we're going to be using those, and then the other thing we're going to be using is from a suite called Storybook Moments. I am going to be using the paper pack, the Storybook Moments Specialty Designer Series paper. Let me see if I'm still in the screen here. Yes. Okay. I'm doing my videos a little differently, so it's a work in progress, you guys. So this is the paper pack we're going to be using. I actually don't have the stamp sets and dies that go with the paper, but we're going to use some of the specialty pieces in the paper. So let me move that out of the way. So this paper pack comes with 2 sheets of die cut pieces. So you can see here, these pieces are all printed and die cut and ready to use. And we're going to be using those. Let me see if I can move this. I have the other sheet already all kind of punched out. So this one, let me slide it over. I can slide it. There's also 4 sheets that are just our normal 2-sided designer series paper. We have this sheet with the bunnies. The strawberries are on the back. This one is all the gardening supplies. And then it's just kind of like a wallpaper on the back. This one has the little cottages and all the veggies. And then this sheet, I didn't have a full one left. It's got the little chipmunks on the front and then like a wallpaper on the back. And then the last sheet, the last sheet, this is what I call it a panel sheet. It is double-sided, so you can use the back side just like normal. But if you look at this one, you can see that there's all these pieces printed. So if you cut this sheet, so cut here at 6 inches, that's going to give you 2 sides. And then you can cut across here at 4 inches, and it's going to give you these panels. So for example, this is a 3 by 4 inch piece right here. I think that's what it is, 3 by 4. Yep, 3 by 4s right here. You've got another 3 by 4 pieces here and 2 up there. And then this is a 4 by 6. And then these are 2 by 6 inch strips. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pieces that you can cut apart and then use however you'd like to use them. So we're going to utilize some of these pieces. Here's all my die cuts. Not all of them, but some of my die cut pieces. All right, everything keeps falling. Some of the die cuts that I've punched out, and we're going to be using some of those. And we're going to try to make some quick cards. So what I decided to do was I decided to use crumb cake card bases. And then I've got some of my panels and some of the die cuts. So I'm going to try to do 4 quick cards. I did a very minimal amount of prep. I was just kind of trying to lay out some pieces here. On this one, I pulled in a piece that I cut from the Veggie Designer Series paper, and then this other one I've cut, this is the piece with the bunnies, and then this is part of one of those strips off the panels. So I was just gonna see what I could come up with. I wanted to create a couple of Easter cards and maybe a spring, some spring type cards. So let's see what we can create real quick. I wanted to look through my greetings to see what I wanted to grab, and there is a Happy Easter right here on this one, and there's a Happy Easter on that one, and then I think I'm going to use Sending Sunshine. That one. I don't think I'm going to use any of this one. This paper really doesn't, to me, work well with this the dark black. So I'm going to set those aside. And then I want one more greeting. Let's see. I think I'm going to just use maybe the Sending Hugs or the Hello. I'm not sure which. I'm just going to pop those out and set these up here for a minute. All right, so we're going to work on those. Okay, so we're going to start. I'm going to start with this one because it has the bunnies. And I liked this bunny because the bunny's picking blueberries, and I live on a road called Blueberry Ridge, so I always like things with blueberries. And then I had it originally like this, and then I decided I wanted to focus more on that bunny, so I cut my paper, and I'm just going to flip it over to the other side. So we're going to start. I don't have anything pre-done. We're just kind of creating what I hope are some quick little springtime cards. So we're going to do that. We are going to put that right here. And then because of that break, I'm just going to take, this is a piece left over from one of the sections on that panel sheet. I'm going to flip it to the back and use that. Oh, it's a little short. We're going to use that right there. And then I'm going to use the Happy Easter, and I want to see if I can find one of the little bunnies. I have that bunny. I would like it to be facing the other direction. Let me just look on my sheet. Is there another bunny? Oh. I have a bunny. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Okay, I think I'm going to use this little guy. I'm going to use the Happy Easter. Now, one thing, these greetings, they're pretty white. And as you can see, my paper here is not as white. So what you can do is you can use your Stampin' blends to color that paper, and I pulled out a Ivory and a light petal pink. So this one is Ivory and this one is the light petal pink. So I think that's the one I'm going to use, light petal pink. And I'm just going to color. Let's see if I can color. I just want to make this not be quite so such a bright white for this particular card. So I can change the color of these greetings. So there. I've toned that down a little bit to the pink, which is kind of the inside of the ears on here. And we're going to use some dimensionals. I want to do my bunny right here on the edge. A little happy Easter. And if you want to, you can add, part of that suite are these antique pearls. So I think I'm just going to grab a few pearls. All right, so there is a quick little Happy Easter card with the different bunnies and my blueberry bunny. All right, there's one card. Here, I need to hold it closer. Here we go. I don't know if that camera's focusing in and out or not. All right, let's do another card. Let's do this one. So this is one of those sheet pieces off of that panel page. So I'm just going to use that by itself in the center here. Oh, I got a lot of glue. Made a mess. I knew I had too much glue, so I was trying to spread it around. I have this cute little chipmunk on a branch, and he's swinging. So we will use him. I'm just gonna get a snippet. You know, to use these edges of your dimensionals, you don't have to throw those away. Just snip them up and they work just like the big pieces in the middle. Kind of have a little chipmunk right there. And maybe for this one we will do the sending hugs or the hello. Maybe hello would be fun. Hello, and I am gonna take this one. So another thing you can do is color in the letters. Let me see, I'm gonna find my Balmy blue. So some of these letters on that sheet are outlines, so you could take and just carefully I'm being careful because I don't want to go out outside the lines, and the alcohol pens will spread just a little bit, so I'm trying to stay inside my lines. You could have also used Stampin' Right markers. Those are dye ink. They won't spread the way the alcohol inks do. But they also don't blend. These are called Stampin' Blends because you can blend the colors. I'm not doing that here, however. Okay, so I've got the inside done with the blue, and then I'm gonna take, let me take the ivory. For this one, I'm gonna do the edges. I'm gonna use ivory to tone down my bright white letters here, or bright white word. Okie doke. So we have that. Let me see if I can grab some. Have any minis? I don't have any mini dimensionals, so we're going to use some more of my edges. Oh, dogs are, so we're going to do a little hello, and then we could add some little acorns down here on the corner. Bone folder. All right, so a little quick spring card. Let's see if I can hold that one up for you. Alrighty, let's see if we can do so this one. I really think this little veggie paper is cute, and then this panel, it's a little hard to tell what it was, but these are actually little radishes here in the background, and then I have a radish die cut. I've got a little squirrel worker, or there's a little chipmunk worker. Let's see, we've got some others. I think that's what this is, like a little the dirt with some of the veggies growing up. Thought I would do that, and I think I'm going to do this and then add some of these little veggies, and then what about sending sunshine, because you need sunshine for your veggies to grow. Let me do my ivory. these guys up. I'm going to glue this one flat. The radishes are going in both directions, so it doesn't really matter which way. Snip. All right, we are going to place, maybe we'll put him here. He's going to go there. We have our, let's see, that's what he's working on. Oh, I lost the radishes. Do I want those? I might not use those. Sending sunshine. Or we can put those, I don't know, I think I don't want those. You could even add, maybe I'll add them on the inside of my card. So I could just add the little radishes or this other little mound. I think we'll do these. On the inside, I'm going to use glue though. I don't need the extra bulk. There's that. And the inside. All right, third card, and then I have one more. I have these little flowers, but if I want to do Easter, maybe I should just do, you know, like that's her little portrait. She's the little bunny. What if we color this one with the light? So on this pen, I have used it a lot, so you can see the ink is starting to run out at the end. So it's not giving me quite as good a coverage. I'm trying to use more of the edge. There's that. Now what I could do, I could switch out to this other panel. This one has the little flowers. Maybe I'd rather do, then I can use both of these and that guy. Do a happy Easter like that. I think I like that better than this one. Okay, so we're gonna glue this together. a new sheet of dimensionals so I can be a little quicker here. So we're gonna have our bunny, and then we're gonna have our Happy Easter. And we will add our flowers. And then I'm gonna finish with some pearls. Last time I used just the small ones. This time I'm gonna use there's 3 sizes here. There's a small, there is a medium, and a large. Sorry, small, medium, large. And that one, whoops, sorry. It's quite cute. Okay, that is the last card. So let's lay all these back out. See if I can get them all in here. Two, three, four. All right, 4 quick cards in under 30 minutes for Easter. Got 2 Easters and 2 kind of springy ones. All right, have a great day. See you next time. Bye.